My name is William Gallagher. I am with Market Traders Institute. You may have caught my colleague Joe Cavallero earlier here today. He was going over a lot of our Forex education here to teach you how to trade the Forex market. I'm actually here today. I do be doing something very special for you. I'm actually going to show you here how you can get a very easy, quick Forex quick start program here today. Everything I'm showing you here today is going to cost you about the cost of a pack of gum to take it for a test drive. So I just want to make sure everybody here understands that everything I'm going to show you here today, you actually get to take it for a test drive, see if this is actually for you. In fact, I'm going to actually put all this in your hands here today, so literally after the end of the webinar, you'll actually know, have a little bit of an education on how to trade the Forex market. I'm going to put some of these tools in your hands so you can actually literally start trading the Forex market as soon as we get done. I'm actually going to teach you a couple trading strategies here as well. But before we begin, because I am about to go into the live market here in just a moment, I am going to teach you a trading strategy. I'm actually going to show you one or two trades I'm looking at right now. But I want to make sure that everybody understands that what I'm showing you here today, do not take this as actual investment advice. There's no such thing as an undefeated season when you're trading. You're going to incur losses from time to time. In fact, actually today I'm going to show you some wins, I'm going to show you some losses. But before you actually place a trade, that decision to make that trade, that's going to be yours and yours alone. So to set the expectations here of what we're going to be going over, I know a lot of you are brand new to the Forex market. What I'm going to do is before we jump into our charts, I'm going to go over a little bit of the basics about the Forex market, then I'll pull my charts up. We're going to do a bit of analysis here. I'm going to show you some basic analysis using our charting software, some of the automatic tools. I'm going to show you not only one, but two trading opportunities that I'm looking at, and I'm going to give you the analysis behind why I'm looking at them. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to teach you a trading strategy that's called the London Daybreak trading strategy. It's a very simple trading strategy. You'll be able to actually start utilizing this trading strategy today. I'll show you how to set up a demo and trading account, and we'll also show you how you can get the charting software, take it for a trial here today, plus we'll give you a couple free bonuses. So like I said, everything I'm showing you here today you get to take for a free, not a free trial, but a very affordable trial. It's going to cost you about the cost of a pack of gum to take it for a trial. So before we jump into it, so you get an idea of who I am, I've been trading in the investment market since 1998. I've been a stock trader since 1998, but because of the Market Traders Institute and their education, about 3 years ago I got into trading the Forex market. So everything I've learned about trading the Forex market, everything I'm showing you here today, for those of you that are brand new to the Forex market, I was once brand new just like you 3 years ago before I actually started doing this. So I went through MTI's education, then they started asking me to go ahead and start doing these presentations to get new people up to speed as far as trading the Forex market. So for those of you that may have not have caught my colleague earlier here today, let me just go ahead and let me quickly explain to you who Market Traders Institute is. This building you see on your screen right here, this is actually our building. I'm actually broadcasting out of that building here today. It's a state-of-the-art 70,000 square foot trading and training facility. You can literally come to our building, get trained live in person right in our classrooms. We have students every single day that come here, get trained live in person. If you can't make the trip to Central Florida, don't worry, you're able to learn how to do this education online. One of the nice things about Market Traders Institute, we are starting to get a little bit of notoriety here, locally here in Florida, both in Florida 2015 and I believe in 2016. We were ranked one of Florida's best companies to work for here in Florida. Know a little bit about Market Traders Institute. We've been around for almost 23 years, and we've been teaching and training students how to trade, get a little bit of notoriety in Inc. magazine. In fact, 2015, Inc. magazine ranked us 1,180 on Inc. 5000's 2015 fastest growing companies. In fact, 2016 we moved up a little bit to number 592. Got a nice little letter from Inc. magazine letting us know that we share the same pedigree as Zappos, Intuit, Under Armour, Microsoft, just to name a few of the companies here. Now the only reason we'll wind up on this list in 2015, 2016, moving forward into 2017, that is if we help keep getting our students results in this market. One of these things about Market Traders Institute is not only do we have some of the best education, we have some of the best facilities and tools here, but we also have some of the best instructors as well. One of the ones I need to mention here, his name is Joshua Martinez. The reason I want to mention him is because he is the creator of the London Daybreak trading strategy I'm going to show you here today. I'm going to kind of give you a Cliff Notes version of it. One of the neat things about this is that I'm going to kind of give you a basic overview of how that trading strategy works. Those of you that go ahead today and you move forward, taking this for a little trial period here today, you'll actually get a video from Joshua here. He's actually going a lot more detail, detailing you how to do the London Daybreak trading strategy as well. Why you should be listening to him? He's one of our product experts. He's trained thousands of Forex investors. He actually started off brand new with a deposit of $500 in his trading account, and it ended up generating over $39,000 in profit off of it. He's made thousands of Forex investments, published author, international speaker, and like I said, he is the creator of the trading strategy I'm going to show you here today. A little bit about his track record. This is on my FX book. You can actually pull this up under Josh Martinez Slow Growth. You can find this exact same thing. I actually just pulled this up right before coming into the webinar here today. This is his track record for the year. He's up about 27,000 pips, up about 32% in his trading account here. So one of the neat things about this is that he'll be the one that will be showing you in that video, teaching you and showing how to do this. We'll also be giving you a couple free bonuses from Joshua here today for those of you that decide to go ahead and move forward with that trial. So we're ready to go ahead and get started here. We're about to jump into the live market here. I'm actually going to go ahead and teach you some trading strategies, do some basic analysis, show you some opportunities. But before we get started, what I want to do is I want everybody to look at the screen right now and go ahead, give me an idea of what your Forex market trading experience is. If you are brand new to the Forex market, if you have no idea what the Forex market is, maybe this is your first time learning about the Forex market, go ahead, type the number 1 in. That's to let me know you're brand new, you have no experience whatsoever. Number 2 is for those of you, maybe you've been to a workshop or two like this, maybe even traded in a practice or demo account, maybe have a little bit of idea of what the Forex market is. Go ahead, type the number 2 in. Number 3 is for the experienced Forex traders. If you are trading live, you already know what the Forex market is, go ahead, type the number 3 in here. So what this is to help me tailor the presentation here today. And yeah, pretty much just what I expected here. Yeah, a lot of these investor inspirations. I'm getting a lot of number 1s and 2s. Brian's a 1, Devin, Catherine, Drew, Steven's a 2. Ed's a 1, Williams a 2. So yeah, so it looks like we got, I don't think I have a single number 3 here. So let's go ahead, let's get started. Let's start off for everybody that is brand new. Let me just take a quick minute here, get you up to speed. Let me quickly explain to you what the Forex market is. Let me quickly explain to you what you're going to be doing when you're trading Forex currencies. Let me explain to you what a PIP is and why you want them. More importantly, I'm going to show you today how you can actually get started today. I'm going to teach you a very simple trading strategy that you can literally get started doing this here today in the actual market here. I'll show you how to set up a demo account. You can actually start practice trading this as well. For those of you that are brand new to the Forex market, it is the largest financial market. In fact, there's limitless amounts of liquidity in this market. Each and every day there's over $5 trillion that is daily traded in this market. The neat thing about that is that if you just want to try to capture a fraction of that, you're still going to be doing very well in this market. One more quick thing about this market is it's also a very flexible market. There are 3 trading sessions that are traded in this market, 3 major trading sessions. You have the Asian trading session, you have the London trading session, and you have the US New York trading session here. This is important. This is going to play into that London Daybreak trading strategy because each one of these sessions, they overlap. The Asian session overlaps with the London overlaps with the US, and then the US then again overlaps with the Asian. So what that means is that you can actually trade this market 24 hours a day from 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday through 5 o'clock p.m. on Friday here. And I'm going to get into a little bit here in just a second and explain to you how that plays into here as well. Now, one more quick thing before we jump into this. There's the Forex market. Oops, hold on, let me pull up my chart. There we go. The Forex market allows you to focus. Unlike the stock market, we have thousands and thousands of stocks you can watch and trade. In the Forex market, there's really only 60 different currency pairs that you can watch and trade. The neat thing about this, because MTI, we have over 20 years of experience in this market, we're going to show you which ones to pay the most attention to. Me, myself, when I pull my charts, I'll show you I look at about 18 of the different currency pairs. So the London Daybreak trading strategy, we're going to make it even simpler. I'm going to show you which 6 currency pairs to focus on. I'm also going to teach you a trading strategy of how to trade around them. So it's a very large market, it's a flexible market, but it also allows you to focus. So let's go ahead, let's get started. Before we jump into the charts, let me quickly explain to you when I pull up my charts what you're going to be looking at. Then what we're going to be doing in the Forex market is we're going to be trading one country's currency against another. If you look on this chart I have on my screen, upper left-hand corner, you can see that this is the Great British Pound, the GBP, US dollar, USD currency pair. So in essence, what you're looking at on this chart is we're trading the pound versus the dollar in an attempt to figure out which one's going to gain in value against the other. So in the case with this chart here, as it's going up, the pound is gaining in value against the dollar. When the market's going down, the US dollar is gaining in value versus the pound. Now these rectangles you see on your screen, I'm sure probably you've seen charts like this here today, but for those of you who wonder what they are, these are called Japanese candlesticks. This is what's referred to as a candlestick chart. Now these candlesticks, for all you really need to know in this webinar here today, is that the white candlesticks mean that the market's going up. It's called a bullish candlestick. Dark blue means that the market is going down. They measure whatever time frame that is on your chart. Now, so if we go back up to the upper left-hand corner of my screen, next to the currency pair, you can see that this is a 1 hour time frame on this chart. So what that means is each one of these candles, it represents what the market has done in 1 hour time frame. So very simply, all you really need to know is that in that 1 hour time frame on the white candlesticks, the market went up and closed up. On the dark blue candlesticks, the market went down and closed down. One more quick thing before we move forward. These candlesticks form what are called candlestick formations. As a trader, we look to use these candlesticks kind of like a sign language of the market. They're going to help us tell a story, kind of give us a hint as to where the market's going. Bottom left-hand corner down here, this is one I have circled. This is called a Morningstar candlestick formation. What this is going to do is going to tell the trader saying, hey, look for this market to U-turn and go upward in a bullish movement. At the top of my screen, this is called an evening star candlestick formation. It's a bearish candlestick formation, kind of telling the trader, hey, look for this market to U-turn and go downward in a bearish movement. So as part of our education, we teach you and show you how to identify these candlestick formations, but in my charting software I'm about to pull up here in just a second, I actually can show you how the charting can actually show you, indicate these candlestick formations as well. I'll show you that here in just a second. Now let's go ahead, let's start talking about what a PIP is. This is very important because this is what we're trying to do in this market. We're trying to capture PIPs. Now PIP, P-I-P, it's an acronym. It stands for Price Interest Point. Now the very simplest way of breaking this down that you understand it, pretty much I'm sure everybody in the room already knows that there are 100 pennies in a US dollar. So what that means is that a penny, it represents 1/100th of a US dollar. If we were looking for a unit of measure that's smaller than a penny, it would be the equivalent to what is called a pip. So just as there are 100 pennies in a US dollar, there are 100 pips in a penny. It represents 1/100th of a penny. So if we look at this number here, the second 2 decimal points, places past the decimal point, these are your pennies. The next 2 are the pips. So that's what we're going to be looking at when we go into this market. Last thing we need to know before we move forward and actually can start trading in this market is that we trade in lots in this market. We trade in lot sizes. Your broker is going to provide you leverage. This leverage is going to allow you to place the trade and it's going to allow you to generate a leverage return on the pips that you're capturing. So let me quickly explain that before we jump in. There's 3 basic lot sizes. You have what's called a micro lot. Now a micro lot, it's about a $20 investment from your trading account. Your broker is going to borrow that investment size. It's going to allow you to place the trade and to generate the pips. Now in this case here, with each pip that you capture with a micro lot, each pip is going to be worth 10 cents here. So in this case here, let's say that we capture 50 pips on a trade, which is the minimum we're going to be going after in this London Daybreak trading strategy. If you capture 50 pips, you generated a $5 profit. Now we also have what are called mini lots. A mini lot is a $200 investment from your trading account. Each pip is now going to be worth $1. So if you capture 50 pips on a trade, you generate a profit of $50. Standard lot. Standard lot is the standard by which most traders strive to achieve in this market. Standard lot is about a $2,000 investment from your trading account. Each pip is now going to be worth $10. So in the case with a standard lot, if you capture 50 pips, you just generated about a $500 profit off of that here. Now, for those of you wondering, we get asked this every single webinar, how much do you have to have in your trading account? Generally, micro lot, you kind of have about $200 or so in your trading account. You trade a micro lot. Mini lot, if you have less than 5,000, you'll probably be trading in a mini lot position. If you have about $5,000 to $10,000, you can probably start trading in a standard lot position. But the neat thing about all this is that I'm going to show you here today how you can set up a demo trading account. So literally what you can do is you start off trading in a demo account, get comfortable trading in this market before you invest any money into your trading account. Then probably what you'll usually do is you'll start off trading a micro lot, build up your account, build up your confidence, then start trading a mini lot, build up your confidence and build up your trading account, and then you get to the point where you start trading a standard lot. We refer to a micro lot as crawling, a mini lot as walking, and then a standard lot as running. So what we'll do is we'll help get you up to speed crawling in this market. We'll get you to the point where you're walking, and then you actually start running as far as with a standard lot account. So taking the last 5-10 minutes or so, we have all the basics down. Let's go ahead, let's jump into the actual live market. Now what I have on my screen right here, if you were in the Investor Inspiration about a week ago, I showed you this actual trade here. I said this is what I was going to be looking for on this trade. This is on the Great British Pound Australian Dollar. Pretty much what I was looking at here is I was looking for the Great British Pound Australian Dollar to pull back and then U-turn and then rally up. So let's go ahead, let's go into our charts. Let me show you exactly what happened here. It pretty much did exactly as I had showed you here. So let's go ahead and pull up our charts. What I have right here, these are the currency pairs for the London Daybreak. We'll pull these back up here in just a second. Let's go ahead, let me show you some basic analysis here now. We'll pull up that Great British Pound Australian Dollar. I showed you here about a week or two ago, and I'm going to show you a couple opportunities that I'm looking at right now. So here's what happened here. On this Great British Pound Australian Dollar, it did exactly what I said. It pulled back, U-turned, rallied up. Not only did it rally up about 200 pips as I predicted, it ended up rallying up about 410 pips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to bring this, I'm going to erase all this here. I did have an opportunity that I was looking at right here, and it doesn't look like it's going to transpire, but don't worry. I have another trade that I'm looking at. I'm going to show you that one. But let's go ahead, let's clear off our charts. And let me show you why I was looking at that trade, and then we'll come in here and I'll show you here in just a second that other opportunity that I was looking at. So let's back this up. We'll do some basic analysis using our charting software here. So I think I backed it up right about there. Let's back it up right about there. Now, one of the things, in fact, let's pull this down here just a little bit. And I'm sure you've done a lot of analysis here over the last couple of presenters here. So let's come in here. Let's do some quick analysis here. Let me quickly show you here what happens in this market. What we're looking for are wave movements in this market. As the market's going up, it's going to make higher highs and higher lows. And then when the market's going down, it's going to be making lower lows and lower highs, just like that. Now there's three major questions we need to answer before we place a trade. Number one, we need to determine which direction is it going. Is it going up or is it going down? Now obviously you can't predict that 100% of the time, so we need to develop an educated opinion. I'll show you here in just a second. Number two, we need to determine where and why to get in to the trade. And then number three, where and why to get out. So let's answer question, oops. Let's see, so let me pull that back up. Hold on. Which direction? Number two, where, why to get in. And then number three, where, why to get out. Now I'm going to do some basic analysis to answer these two questions. The London Daybreak trading strategy, I'm going to show you something that's going to be even easier than all this here. So just stick with me, I'll show you that here. So question number one, we need to determine which direction. What we're going to utilize to answer that question, one of the things that can help us is what's called a trend line. Just like this. So we'll use a trend line to help us to answer that question number one. Now I'm going to come in here and show you here. As the market's going up, we can draw a trend line just like this. As the market bounces above. Now, above this trend line, we would be in the buy zone. So very simply, as long as we are above this trend line, we're going to be looking to take buying positions. When the market then goes below that trend line, we're then going to be in the sell zone. So very simply, we can draw trend lines just like this, and if we're in the buy zone, and then below we are in the sell zone, looking to take selling positions here. And yeah, for those who wonder, yes, you can short the Forex market. I'll show you how you can do that as well. So when we're above the trend line, we're in the buy zone. When we're below, we're in the sell zone. Now I'm going to come in here, I'll show you here how to draw, quickly how to draw a trend line, but we have the automated tools that do a lot of this automatically. So I'll show you how we can use our smart trend line here in just a second here. So when we're above that trend line, we're buying. When we're below the trend line, we're going to be selling. Now, that's going to help us answer question number one, help us get an educated opinion as to which direction we believe the market's going. Now, what we've found is the market, when it's moving upwards, it's going to be moving upward in what we call an A, B, C, D pattern. So we'll be looking for this A, B, C, D movement. Now I'm going to come in here in just a second and show you how we can identify this A to B boundary in the actual market here. Now the reason we want to identify that A to B boundary is that once we identify this A to B boundary, we can come in here and spread our Fibonacci tool. Just like that here. We spread our Fibonacci tool from the A to the B. Now the Fibonacci tool, which I think it's already been explained a couple times in these investor inspirations, what we're looking for in between that high A and B boundaries, we found there's a high probability of a pullback, or what is also called a retracement. So these lines in between the A and B boundary, very simply, these are called retracement lines. So what we're looking for is we're looking for the market to pull back, retrace, form a U-turn. I'm going to show you here in just a second how we can help predict this U-turn, and then we're going to be looking for the market to extend. So the lines above the B level are called extension lines. So we're looking for the market to retrace and then extend. And what we've done here, in fact, somebody was just asking here about a second ago, why are our lines different colors? What we've done is we've made this very easy to understand. We've color coordinated our Fibonacci. So if the market pulls back and forms this C point, forms this U-turn here at one of these red retracement lines or above, we're going to be looking, if we were to buy into the market after that U-turn, we'd be looking for our D point, looking to exit that position at the red extension, like a buddy system, red to red. If the market pulls back to the blue retracement level and forms that C point and U-turns and we buy in, we're going to look to exit at the blue extension, blue to blue, and then green to green. So these Fibonacci levels, I don't know if this has been explained before, but these are hidden levels of support and resistance here. So what we're going to do is we're going to run our Fibonacci's as the market's going up, A, B, C, D, and then we keep repeating this. As long as the market keeps going up, A, B, C, D, and then A, B, C, D, just like that here. Now the same thing happens when the market is going down. We can do the exact same thing. We have a downward A, B, C, D, just like that, and then we can simply do our Fibonacci's just like that, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, just like that. Now I'm kind of going through this as a very basic Cliff Notes version of this because I'm going to show you a tool that's going to do all of this automatic. We have an auto Fibonacci tool that's going to do this. It's called our Smart Fibonacci tool that does all of this for us here. So let's go ahead, let's clean all this up. That's going to help us answer questions number 2 and 3, where to get in and where to get out. We're going to help utilize Fibonacci's, candlestick formations, just like that. So let's go ahead, let's delete a lot of this here. Let's come back into the market, and let me explain to you why I was looking at that trade, and we'll bring this to the actual live market and we'll show you here. So here's the beginning of the new downward trend. We can come in here with our Smart Trend Line tool, and very simply at the beginning of that trend, bam, it quickly and automatically draws my trend line here. So we were below the trend line in the sell zone, and then right here the market broke above. So we were in the buy zone, so I was looking for a buying opportunity. I had an educated opinion that I'm going to be looking for the market to be going upward in a bullish movement here. So that was answering question number 1, where and why, or which direction is the market going. So let's go ahead, let's bring this down here. Let's bring it down here. Let's see if I'll move this over to where we were last week. I'll show you what happened. Now, to find that A and B boundary, this is the new lowest point. This is our new low point here. This is going to be our A point. There's our A. Now, the reason this isn't our low point is because it's called a proper low. It has 2 candlesticks to the left, to the right, which are higher than its low point, so that's my A. Now the market rallies up, and I do believe right there is my B point, right there. Oops, there we go. I think that's my B. And the reason this is my B point right here is because this is what's called a proper high. It has two candles to the left, to the right, which are lower. So as I showed you before, let's go ahead and zoom in. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this trend line because I want to show you something here. Now, well, let's go ahead. Let's delete it. We'll delete it because I think we are established we're in the buy zone. So we can now come in and manually spread our Fibonacci's from A to B, just like that. Now, what I said in that last webinar is that the market, it went from A to B, very, very shallow retracement here. Now, it ended up coming up right here, right past the 1.27, this blue extension right here. Now, one of the things I mentioned is that as part of our education, we'll teach you is that if the market does not pull back to at least a 0.382, to at least this this top red retracement level, there's a high probability that it's going to pull back. So I think we were probably, let's see here, we were probably somewhere right around here during that webinar. I said look for the market to come down. Look for it to come down and then go up. So what ended up happening is it in fact did pull back right here. In fact, I can draw this right here. It actually pulled back, gave us a 0.50, so it gave us a much better retracement there. Now, what I looked for when I took this position is I drew what's called a counter trend line. I drew a counter trend line just like this, and then right here when it broke above that counter trend line, closed above that counter trend line, that was my buying opportunity right there. So I bought it in the market right there. We had a U-turn. Now the reason this is a buying opportunity, if you remember here, it's this is pretty much an engulfing bullish candlestick, sign language of the market, letting me know to look for this market to U-turn. So bought in right there. Our U-turn was at a red retracement level, so that would have been my C point. So I was looking to hold my position until it came up to the red extension. So we were looking to go after about almost 200 pips on that. And what ended up happening, the market pulled back to my 0.50 retracement level, rallied up, and then bam, just hit that green extension here. Now another thing we'll teach you when you go through our full education is what you can do is you can actually have a trailing stop. So that's why it is. I had a trailing stop as this went up, and it ended up coming up here. It ended up coming up about 412 pips right there, and then began this next thing here. Now, this is the manual way of doing all this. Once again, coming in here showing you the manual Fibonacci's. Here's an even easier way of doing this here. To find out where the next set of Fibonacci's are, we simply come in here with our Smart Fibonacci tool, and this is built right into our charting platform, come down here, and then bam, it's going to quickly and automatically draw those Fibonacci's for me. So here's my new AB. Once again, the market comes up, didn't give us, it gave us a very shallow retracement, came up here almost to the 1.27. So what I was looking for was the market to pull back. And this is where we are right now. In fact, right here, pretty much what has happened is that the market has pulled back right here to our A level here. So pretty much there isn't an opportunity to get into this one right now. So let's go ahead and let me show you an opportunity here on the pound US dollar. Pretty much the exact same thing is happening on the pound US dollar. And let me show you what is happening here. Now on the pound US dollar, on the daily time frame, you can see here that the market has come down here and has broken above my trend line, so I'm looking for buying opportunities. Now some of you might want to trade on a daily time frame. I don't look to trade on a daily. I look to find a good opportunity on a smaller time frame. So what I'm looking at right here, let's go ahead and show you the 1 hour time frame. Here's our current A to B boundary, and same thing pretty much happened here. It rallied up, came up here, hit the 1.18, almost came up to 1.27, and then I was looking for that pullback. It pulled back right here to the 0.382. Right here, gave me a nice engulfing bullish candlestick, but it has not closed above this trend line yet. Another neat thing we'll teach you is that we can look for it to potentially bounce off the back of this trend line. So what I'm looking for right now is I'm looking for a break. I'm looking for the market to close above this trend line, and then I'll be looking to buy into the market. In this case right here, we have a red retracement pullback, so I'll be looking to go after potentially about 268 pips on this trade right here, on the pound US dollar on the 1 hour time frame. One of the things I'll quickly explain to you here, this is the manual way of trading, kind of give you an overview. There's a lot more to this here. Just want to kind of give you the overview, kind of looking at why I'm looking at some of these opportunities, showing you some of the basics of trading behind it. The other neat thing about this, the charting platform. Some of you have been asking here about the charting platform. This is going to be included as part of the this trial period. You'll get to take this charting platform for the test drive as well. And once again, for the cost of about a pack of gum, you'll be able to get this in your hands here today, take it for a test drive. A couple of the other neat features about this, let's just say that I found a buying opportunity right now here in the webinar, and I want to do a market buy. The neat thing about this is that we can teach you, and some of the videos you're going to get as part of this trial will teach you and show you how you can actually set up that you can actually trade live right from your chart. So if I wanted to actually place a market buy right here, I can simply right-click, place buy, and we do a market buy. And everything is set up right here. We can teach and show you how to set up your trading account, and you actually place your trade right here. We can come in here, set our stops, set our limits, everything right there, and your trade is placed right through your broker's platform, just like that. Some of you have been asking about these rectangles at the top of the screen. These rectangles, these are called workspaces. These are built into our charting platform as well. The neat thing about our charting platform is that you're getting, I think, 3 workspaces from Josh here today that are for free as part of this. You can literally set up, and you can see here, these are the different currency pairs I trade. Each one has its own workspace. And you can set up, I don't know what the limit is, but I think you have almost an unlimited amount of workspaces you can set up. You can save them to your computer. You can come in here and save them to your computer, or you can save them to the cloud. The neat thing about that is that if, for instance, if I'm here in my office and I'm working on my charts here, I can save them to the cloud, go home, pull this up on my charts on my house, on my workspace at home. I can pull the exact same charts up right from there. And plus, the other neat thing about this is that our analysts, they can share their workspaces with you. You can share your workspaces with our analysts if you want some information about that trading here. So a couple of the neat features that are built in here. We have some other neat features. Some of you have been wondering, why are these candlesticks different colors? You can come in here and set your candlestick formations to let you know whether you want, maybe you want to set up all your bearish ones. You can come in here, set them up, or you set them all. I like doing this to help give me a little bit more of an indicator. For instance, this is a nice engulfing bullish candlestick, and the charts are showing me exactly that right there. Then we also have King's Crown tool. Make sure you're doing your King's Crown from more advanced traders. You can come in here just like this, and I didn't set it up right there, but it also shows you here, make sure you're doing your King's Crown correctly. Hold on one second, let me delete that. And we also have head and shoulders just like this. I guess there we go. So that comes down to make sure that your charts you're making sure you're looking at this, you're doing an analysis properly just like that here. So I just showed you some basic analysis. Let's go in right now. Let me show you a trading strategy that's even simpler than this. You don't have to know how to do Fibonacci's. You don't have to know how to do trend lines. I'm going to show you here a very simple trading strategy. It's called the London Daybreak trading strategy. So let's go ahead, let's move this down. And let's advance this here. And for those of you taking notes, you're going to want to write this down. These are the 6 currency pairs that we're going to be utilizing for this London Daybreak trading strategy. You're going to be utilizing the Great British Pound Canadian dollar, Great British Pound US dollar, Great British Pound Japanese yen, Great British Pound Swiss franc, Great British Pound New Zealand dollar, the Kiwi, and the Great British Pound Australian dollar, the Aussie here. I'll pull my charts up here in just a second and we'll review these. But what we're going to be looking for as part of this London Daybreak trading strategy, it's a very simple trading strategy, and like I said, I'll kind of give you a Cliff Notes version of it here today. I don't have a lot of time to go into a lot of detail, but you're also going to get a video from Joshua Martinez where he goes in a little more detail explaining this for you here. And there's also going to be a live session on Friday that you'll be able to get in if you have any questions about different things as well. So let's go ahead and let's get in here. We're going to be going after 50 pips per currency pair per day. I think Josh teaches you one where you go after 30 to 50. I'm going to show you one here very simply going after 50 here. So let's go back in and let's pull up our chart. So what you're looking at here, these are the 6 currency pairs that we're going to be utilizing for the London Daybreak trading strategy. Some of you have been asking how well does this London Daybreak trading strategy work? I'm going to go over the last week showing you here what happened on this trading strategy, but just showing you here in the trades for last night. The trades for last night, you would have won 4 out of 6 trades. I think you'd be up, let's see here, 80, 60, 70. We'll add this up at the end here, but you would have won 4 out of 6 trades. So let's go ahead and let's review this here. We're looking at in the upper left-hand corner here. This is the Great British Pound Canadian dollar, Great British Pound Japanese yen in the middle, Great British Pound US dollar, Great British Pound Australian dollar, Great British Pound Swiss franc, and the Great British Pound New Zealand dollar. So yeah, somebody actually here, Drew just asked here, so these are all Great British Pound based. Yeah, so we're going to be using this during the London Daybreak trading strategy, utilizing these Great British Pound crosses here. I'm going to demonstrate this for you here on the Pound New Zealand dollar. Yeah, somebody just asked about the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, these are all going to be on the 1 hour time frame. The neat thing about this is that you're actually going to be getting, I believe Josh is actually going to be sending you out the workspace for this. So you actually get a workspace that you can import into your charting software where you're going to get this exact same setup with these 6 currency pairs on that 1 hour time frame. So if you're taking notes, you want to write that down. Those of you that take advantage of the trial, you'll get that workspace, I think, with this already built in. So let's go ahead, let's pull this up. And this is the Pound New Zealand dollar. We'll come in here in just a second, and I'll show you how this works. But I'm going to pull this down. Let's pull this down, and let me quickly explain to you what we're going to be looking for. What we're going to be looking for, oops, make that black. What we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for the market to come down or rally up and form either its high or low for the day. And this is going to be occurring between 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time and 5 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. So what we're going to be looking for is the market to form its initial high or low for the day, either to pull back, form its low, and rally up, give us directional movement going bullish, or to rally up, form its high, and then give us directional movement going downward bearish here. Now, we're also going to be looking, and somebody just asked, why are we looking at this here? What we have going on right here, if you remember I told you here a couple minutes ago, there are 3 major trading sessions that happen in this market. The Asian, London, and New York session. What you have going on right here is you have a overlap of the close of the Asian session and the opening of the London session here. So we'll be looking for that initial high or low between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Eastern Time, and then we'll be looking for that directional movement. Now we'll be looking for our opposite high or low for the day, and we'll be looking for this to occur between 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time and 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Now the reason for this is that you have the close of the London trading session and then you have the opening of the US trading session here. So we're looking for this directional movement in the market, and I'm going to teach you the trading strategy of how we can actually trade around that here. Now what we have found on each one of these 6 currency pairs, they have what's called an average daily trading range. Now this average daily trading range, it goes from anywhere from a minimum of 50 pips. So we'll be looking for at least 50 pips of movement to over 200 pips. In fact, I think it's the Pound New Zealand dollar here overnight last night, it moved 200 pips doing this here. So what we're looking for is to find that initial high or low. I'm about to jump in here and show you how we can identify that, and then look for the directional movement. Then look for that opposite high or low, and then we'll be going after a minimum of 50 pips. So the trading strategy I'm showing you here is very simply looking to get onto first base. We're simply going after 50 pips per currency pair per day. Josh will be going in his webinar, in his video. I'm kind of giving you a very basic Cliff Notes version of this. He'll go into a little bit more detail showing you how you can go after more than the 50 pips here. Show you how you go after more of that here, but I'm going to show you how to just get on first base here. Now, to give you an idea of what those 50 pips are worth, if you remember, if you're trading with a micro lot account, each pip is going to be worth 10 cents. So that means you'll be going after $5 in profit per currency pair per day. If you're trading with a mini lot account, each pip is now going to be worth $1. You'll be going after $50 in profit per currency pair per day. And then with a standard lot, each pip is now going to be worth about $10. You're now going after $500 in profit per currency pair per day. So just kind of give you an idea depending on where you stand. Like I said, I'll teach you and show you how to set up a demo account where you can start doing this with play money until you get comfortable doing this, and then you can start investing. Most of you will probably start off trading with a micro lot until you get comfortable trading. then you'll build it up to a mini lot account, and then ultimately we want you to get to the point where you're trading in a standard lot account. That's where you start getting to see some serious results in this market. So let's go ahead and kind of have an idea of what we're looking for here. Let's go ahead, let's pull this back, and let me show you how this actually works. Now, in between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock p.m., we're looking for that directional movement. So what I've gone in here, I've come in here and right here, here's 3 o'clock a.m. on October 26th, directional movement. In fact, it moved up 125 pips of directional movement during that time. Here's the next 3 a.m. candle right here. This one moved 80 pips, directional movement. 3 a.m. candle on October 28th, directional movement of 100 pips down. We have this one right here. This was on October 31st. Didn't quite get that directional movement, only 35 pips, so didn't get it, but we still got a little bit of directional movement on this one. Here is this one right here on November 1st, 84 pips, and this is going to bring us now to October 2nd here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back about a week or so, show you the trades of how these actually transpired, and we'll bring it to the live market and show you how this actually worked here. So let's go ahead, let's zoom in. And one thing's here. Yeah, somebody's just asking what this is. This is called the London Daybreak Trading Strategy. And once again, I'm kind of giving you just a very basic Cliff Notes version of this. What you're going to be doing here is you'll be getting a video from Joshua, and he'll be going over this in much greater detail here. I don't have a lot of time to go into this. So what we'll be looking for here as part of the London Daybreak Trading Strategy, the close of the 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time candle. So essentially, because this is a 1 hour time frame, effectively you'll be starting at around 4 o'clock using this trading strategy. So what I've gone ahead here is I've gone ahead and identified, going back about a week ago, oops, here is our 3 o'clock a.m. on November 2nd, just about a week ago. So let me show you here when we identify that 3 a.m. candle. Let's go ahead in here and let me show you the trade strategy. Now before we move in here, if you remember, there's 3 questions we need to answer. Number 1, which direction is the market going? Number 2, where and why to get in? And number 3, where and why to get out? Now I showed you some basic analysis showing you how to answer these 3 questions. Let's go ahead using this trading strategy without having to do Fibonacci's or trend lines. Let me show you how we're going to answer each one of these 3 questions. So let's determine which direction that we believe the market's going to go. Remember, we're looking for that directional movement here. So what we're going to do at the close of this 3 a.m. candle, we're going to come in here and we're going to place 2 pending orders. We'll place 1 pending order, which is going to be 10 pips above the high of that 3 a.m. candle. So we'll set this right there. In fact, let me zoom in here a little bit more. And this is going to be our entry buy, which is going to be a pending order. And it's going to be plus 10 pips above the high of that 3 a.m. candle. So we set an entry buy 10 pips above that high. And we're going to come in here, we're also going to set an entry sell 5 pips below the low. So we come in right there, so 14, set that at 0.9 right there. And I'll type that out. Entry sell is going to be minus 5 pips below the low. And yeah, I already got a couple of you asking why 10 above, 5 below. I think Josh goes in his video explain that in a little bit more detail. I'll let him go ahead and explain to you for those of you that go through the trial here. So let's go ahead. We have our entry buy and entry sell. This is to help us to answer question number 1. Give us an educated opinion as to which direction we believe that directional movement is going to be happening here. So let's go ahead. Let's see what happens here. 1 hour later, 2 hours later, our entry sell gets triggered. Our entry sell is now a market sell, meaning that we believe that the market is going to be going down. We're looking for that directional movement going down. So we now determine we believe the market's going to be going down, so we answer question number 1. Now the first order of business once one of these gets triggered is we have to come in here and cancel the opposite order. So we're coming here now and cancel our entry buy because we don't believe the market's going to be going up. We're looking for the market to be going down. Next order of business is we're going to come in here and we're going to be setting a stop loss. Our stop loss when selling is going to be 5 pips above this high. So we come in here right about there. We'll make that red. Let me just confirm that is the 3 a.m. Yep. And I will type this out as well. Stop loss, and this is when selling the market. It's going to be a little bit different when you're buying. It's going to be plus 5 pips above the high. So for those of you who wonder what a stop loss is, what we're doing right here, what this means is that if the market were to go against us, we're going to be risking 50 pips. We're risking 50 pips on this trade, so if the market goes against us, we're risking 50 pips. Now, the next order of business is to come in here and to set our target. Where are we looking to get out of this trade? We're going to be looking, in fact, let me go ahead, let me type that out. Our limit or our exit from this trade is going to be either 1, a minimum of plus 50 pips, or a 1-to-1 risk ratio. So if we're not risking at least 50 pips, we're going to be going after at least 50 pips, or a 1-to-1 risk ratio. So in this case right here, we are risking 50 pips. So very simply, we're going to set our target at 50 pips. Let's come in here, let's measure 50 pips. So it's going to be right about there at 1.6859. That's going to be our right about there. In fact, let me just double check. And yeah, so there's our target. So this is going to help us answer these 3 questions. Number 1, which direction do we believe it's going? We got triggered selling, so we believe the market's going down. Where did we get in? We got in 5 pips below the high, it's below the low of that candle. Where do we get out? Either minimum of 50 pips or a 1-to-1 risk ratio. Let's see what ends up happening here. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours later, the market does in fact come down, triggers our exit, so we just captured 50 pips on that trade. Now what ends up happening here is that it keeps going down, and I believe Josh in his videos, he'll teach you and show you how to actually go after more pips, how to lock in more profit as it's going down. But we got our 50 pips, and we're out of that trade. So trade number 1, we just captured 50 pips off of that one. Let's go ahead, let's delete all this here, and we'll go after our next trade here. So right there, we just captured 50 pips on that one. So let's go ahead, let's bring this now to the next 3 a.m. candle. And there it is. So November 3rd, 3 o'clock a.m., we repeat the process here. Let's move this down a little bit so we have a little bit more room. And I will type it out once again for everybody. Whoops. I wonder why it's not letting me grab that. Oh well. Okay, so let's come in here. So we're going to set our entry buy 10 pips above the high. So in this case here, 92 is going to be at 102. Oops. In fact, I want to make it exact. We can just simply right-click on that. And there we go. Oops. Delete that one. There we go. There's our entry buy, pending order. This is going to be plus 10 pips above the high. Just like that. And then our entry sell, once again, it's going to be 5 pips below that low. So 43, so we said is at 38. Entry sell is going to be minus 5 pips below the low. Same thing with what we did on that previous trade, just like that here. Now, Drew's asking once again why 10 pips above, 5 pips below. Drew, I'll just let Josh in that video. He'll go in a little more detail explaining that for you here. I'm just going to kind of give you some of the basics here. So once again, same thing, looking for question number 1. Which direction do we believe this market's going to go? Let's see what happens here. So 1 hour later, the market rallies up and triggers our entry buy. That entry buy now just became a market buy. So what this is telling us, giving us an educated opinion, where we believe this market's going to be going up. That directional movement during the London session is going to be going up. So we're in the market now. We're now in a market buy. First order of business to come in here and cancel the opposite order. So we're going to cancel that entry sell. We don't want to sell the market. We're looking simply to buy here. So yeah, Raymond just asked, why does this happen? Why do we have that directional movement? In fact, let me go ahead and explain that here. During the London trading session, it's been said that the European market, it's processing the largest bulk of the Forex transaction. So what happens during this period, you have a lot of the banks that are processing their orders. It provides a huge injection of volume and it provides this directional movement. So I'm showing you a trading strategy here that's to come in here and help us take advantage of this directional movement here. So here's what we're going to do. We've canceled that market sell. Now we're going to come in here. In fact, let me find, in fact, that's our 3 o'clock a.m. We're going to come in here. We're set a stop right at the close. I'm going to set the low of that 3 a.m. candle. So let me type that out. Stop loss when buying. Once again, it's a little bit different. It's going to be at the low. And like I said, Josh in his video, he'll go in a little more detail, explain to you why that is here. So in this case right here, there's our entry. We believe the market's going up. We have our stop loss set if the market goes against us. In this case here, our risk is going to be 59 pips. So let's go ahead. We'll just set that at a 1-to-1 risk ratio. Let's set our limit at 59, 1.6962. Whoop, I had it right there. And I'll type that out once again. Our target, which is our limit, where we're going to get out of our position, is either going to be 1, a minimum of plus 50 pips, first base, or number 2, a 1-to-1 risk ratio. So in this case here, we're going after 59 pips. So we have our entry, our target, our stop loss is set. Let's see what happens here. 2 hours later, the market does in fact rally up and we would have captured 50 pips. Now, once again, Josh will come in here and show you how to go after more. In fact, this case right here, look at this. It keeps rallying up. We would have gotten, off the case of this one, 200 pips of directional movement, at least coming off of that here. And like I said, he'll go in, he'll teach you this in a little more detail, how to actually go after a little bit more than those 50 pips. So not too bad. 2 trades. We've captured our minimum of 50 pips, so we're up 50 pips on that one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm very quickly going to bring this to the live market. Let me show you a couple more trades here, what actually happened over these other trades. And here we are, 3 o'clock a.m. On the 4th. So if we were to come in here, I'm just going to very quickly come in here and set our trades. We would have come in here and set a buying opportunity 10 pips above this high, so that would be at 73. And we would set an entry sell 5 pips below that would be at 25. So there's our entry buy, entry sell. So bam. We would then get taken in with an entry sell, believing that the market's going down. We would then come in here and set our stop loss 5 pips above this high. So we set that at 68. So that would be our stop loss. And then in this case here, we would have been risking on this trade 43 pips. So then we would then go after a minimum of 50. So let's come in here and set that. Where's that right here? 1.6975. So there would have been our target. So there's our entry, stop loss, target. Let's see what happens on this trade here. So 1, 2, 3. 3 hours later, we got taken out. We just lost, what, about 42, 43 pips on that trade here. So we won 50 on the first one. We won 50 on the second one. We lost 42. We're still net, what, about 58 pips so far over the course of these trades here. So let's go ahead. Let's bring this to the next one. I'm going to go ahead and show you what a loss looks like so you get an idea. We'll bring this to the live market, and we'll show you here. We'll add this up here, showing you what happened over the last week. And then here's our next one here. This is on yesterday. This is yesterday morning's trade. Once again, 3 o'clock a.m. on the 7th. We would then come in here, entry buy 10 pips above the high. So it'd be 21.31. 5 pips below the low would be our entry sell. right about there. Let's see what happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours later we get taken in. We're now looking to sell the market. Our stop loss, we'd cancel this order. Our stop loss would be 5 pips above this high. 21, that'd be 26 right there. Let's make that red. In this case, on this trade, we would have been risking 79 pips. So let's do a 1-to-1 risk ratio on this one. Oops. 79 would be right about there, so 68.68 is our target. And so we have our entry, stop loss, target. Believe the market's going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours later, we got triggered and we just captured another 80 pips off of that one right there. So let's bring it to the live market, and I'll show you the last trade. This is one from this morning. And this one's going to be very easy to see. There was our 3 o'clock a.m. candle from this morning, and it was simply, it just dropped. Does everybody see that right there? 3 o'clock a.m. It dropped down about 195 pips here. So if you're looking over the last week, these are the trades. And once again, if we just simply went after 50 pips off of each one, 50 on the first one, 50 off the second one, we lost about 42 on that third one, 50 and 50. So minimum, you have netted about 150 pips off of just those trades over the past week right there. Now, this is just off the pound New Zealand dollar. So like I showed you here, just off of last night's trades, just simply following this trading strategy, you would have gotten your 50 pips off of the pound Canadian. We would have lost 32 off the pound yen. We would have gotten at least your 50 off of the pound US. You would have gotten 50 off of the pound Australian. We would have lost 25 off the pound Swiss franc, and you would have gotten your 50 here off of your pound New Zealand just like that. So we've still been very profitable just simply following that. But the neat thing about this is that Josh in those live videos, he'll fine-tune this for you, showing you how to actually showing you which ones to go in and possibly stay out of here. So London Daybreak trading strategy, you have the basics down. You're going to get a video going in a little more detail about this, so you can literally start doing this here today. But you're going to be given 5 opportunities each week off of each one of these currency pairs. So essentially you're going to have 30 trade opportunities each week to take advantage of this here. I'm going to go in here in just a second here. As part of our trial, taking the charting software for a trial, you're going to get a video, a training video from Josh where he goes into a little bit more detail about this. I didn't have a lot of time to go into the details here, but he'll go into the details showing you maybe which trades you might want to go stay out of. He'll fine-tune this for you a little bit better here. So as I promised, everything I showed you here today, you're going to get to take for a trial, and it's going to be very affordable here. It's going to cost you about the cost of a pack of gum. You'll get that charting software I showed you. You'll take it for a test drive. You'll get the Auto Fibonacci tool. We'll teach you and show you how to use it. That trendline tool, we'll teach you and show you how to use that as well. The crown tool, the candlestick tools. Oh, another thing I didn't get a chance to show you here. We can even show you here how to do email alerts. Let me pull that up here. As part of our charting platform, let me go back to that pound US. And for some of you wonder, well, do we have to sit in front of our charts waiting for these trades to happen? Let's just say here on this pound US trade that I'm looking for them, waiting for the market to cross above that trend line. Well, here's what I can do. I can come in here and add an alert to that. And it will come in here, it will send either an email or a text message right to my phone letting me know that the pound US dollar has in fact crossed over that here. I have it setting crossing up just like that here, so we'll teach you and show you how to do that as well. You'll show you here how to trade directly from the charts. Show you how to do cloud-based workspaces, demo trading, and there is auto trading capability. Didn't get a chance to show you that as well, but you'll get to learn how to do all that as part of this trial here. So let's go ahead. For those of you wondering how do you get to take this for a test drive, the other neat thing about this, if you followed my colleague here, Joe, earlier, the only other way of getting this charting software is to be a student of Market Traders Institute. You would actually have to become a student as part of one of our ultimate trading packages, go through our education to get this, and normally our students are paying $249 a month as a subscription on a month-to-month basis. Here's what we're going to do as part of Investor Inspiration. You don't have to be a student to take advantage of this. In fact, it's actually only going to cost you $1 to take this for a 14-day trial here. And the other neat thing about it is that take it for that 14-day trial. If this is for you, great. You can continue forward. We'll get you locked in as part of an Investor Inspiration Special. It's only going to cost you $59 a month, and it's on a month-to-month basis. There's no long-term contracts. If you like it, great. Continue with on a month-to-month basis. You don't have to pay the $249. We'll get you locked in paying $69 a month, and you can cancel that at any time. The other neat thing about this is that if you decide to go through the 14-day trial, this isn't for you. I'll show you how easy it is. Just simply cancel this and go your separate way. But the neat thing about this is that for $1, you'll get to take the charting platform for a test drive, get all the education as far as learning how to use the charting, and you'll get that London Daybreak trading strategy video here. You're also going to get 3 free bonuses from Josh. He's going to send you out 3 templates here. I think one of them is that London Daybreak trading strategy, so you'll actually get to import that into your chart so that tonight, for those who want to take that London Daybreak trading strategy for a test drive, I'm going to show you here in just a second how to set a demo account, but we'll also show you how to set up your charts for that as well. So I'm going to do, for those of you, a couple of you just asked, how do we get this? I just sent out a link to everybody here in the room. Click on the link, register for the trial, and we'll come back here. I'm going to walk you through the process here. Somebody just asked here, Garrett just asked, do we have to be a student? No, you don't have to be a student of Market Traders Institute. All you have to do is simply to register for that trial, click on the link. We'll pull that up here in just a second. So I'm going to walk you through the process. And I'm actually going to take you behind the scenes here and show you everything you're going to get as part of this trial. So let's go ahead, let's pull up this here. Let me walk you through the process. Step number 1 is to enroll into the Ultimate Charting Software trial. It's for 14 days. You get to try the charting software out for 2 weeks. And it's only going to cost you $1 here. So you click on that link, and I'm going to show you here how you register for this. Now, after you register, you're probably going to get 2 emails. You'll probably get one email letting you know that you are registered for the trial, and I think you'll probably get a separate one giving you your login information to log in, to download the charting software, and to get access to the back end here. So once you get access to this, you can start actually viewing the training lessons, not only for the charting platform, but also for that London Daybreak strategy here. I'll pull those up here in just a second. Now, I'm also going to show you here in just a second how you can set up your trading account, either a live or you can set up a free demo trading account. Right now, my broker is FXCM. I'll show you how you can set up a free demo account with them. I'm not endorsing them. I'm not allowed to endorse one, but that's my personal broker. I've also used Forex.com. Some of my associates, we use Oanda, but if you want to go ahead and set up a free demo account, all you simply have to do is just do a Google search, type in free Forex demo account. You can find some others as well, but I'll show you here in just a second how you can set up one with FXCM. So you can literally, start practicing trading today. You'll get the charting platform, you'll get the videos, the training, so that with that London trading session tonight, you can actually start doing this in a demo account. See if this actually works out for you. So you can try the charting software out for 14 days, and there's actually going to be a live training class each and every Friday. So you have to take this for a test drive. You actually get into a live class on Friday. What I suggest you do is, as you're going through the trial, write down any questions you might have. Write down some questions you might have so that when you get into that live class, either myself or one of my colleagues, you can actually ask them live in a live webinar setting. They'll help to answer any questions you might have. So let's go ahead, let's go into the back end here. When you actually get access to the charting software, you'll be able to download it here. We'll walk you through and show you how to actually download the charting. Now, you're going to get onboarding videos here. Joshua Martinez, he's literally going to actually take you through the process here of setting up a demo account, show you how to get in and get out doing trading right from there. We'll show you how to get those 3 workspace templates like I showed you and get some indicators. I even get a chance to show you the types of indicators that are built into the charting platform, but don't worry. Those of you taking from the market, the charting for a test drive, Josh is going to show you how to do that. Now, those Fibonacci's, we'll teach you in depth on how to use the Fibonacci's and how to use that auto Fibonacci tool. We'll also show you how to use and navigate the charts, how to use the toolbars, how to actually create custom indicators and save your templates, use that auto Fibonacci tool, and we'll show you how to link your charts to a broker and also how to create those trading workspaces. All of this is included as part of this. We'll show you how to back up your charting software and save all your work right to your computer or to the cloud. I'll show you how to deploy your systems in auto trading systems. I'll also set up how to set an auto trading system and so on here. So we go into much greater detail about that. Now, you'll also get this video here, this training session from Joshua on the London Daybreak trading strategy. So I kind of gave you a Cliff Notes version of it. You have the basics down. He'll go into a little bit more detail about this. In fact, like you can see right here, he'll show you how to go after more than those 50 pips, but also show you how to go after, how to avoid getting into trades. So he'll explain to you why there might be days where you might not even want to trade using this London trading strategy. He'll fine-tune this for you a little bit here. You'll get access to the Ultimate Charting software, and each and every Friday from 10:30 to 11:30 Eastern Time, you'll get into a live webinar. You'll be able to ask questions about the charting here, and you'll have a live instructor instructing you on how to use the charting here. So before we move forward, what I'm going to do, some of you just asked, can we send out that link one more time? Let me go ahead and send out that link one more time. Yeah, you need to click on that link to register to get access to all this, and once again, it's only going to cost you $1. Everything's going to cost you $1 for a 14-day trial on this here. Let me show you here how to set up a demo account. You come here to FXCM, and once again, this is my personal broker. I'm not recommending them. I do like them, but if you want to go ahead and open up a free demo account, I don't get anything for you opening up an account, but you simply come up here, click on Practice Account, enter all your information. It's not going to cost you anything to do this here. You get started, and you'll be able to actually start demo trading here. For those of you that want to practice doing this, set up a demo account. Doesn't cost you anything to do that here. Play with, trade with Play Money here before you actually open up your actual demo account here. So that's the process here. Click on that link, download the charting software, get access to those training videos. Go through the training video for the charting and the London breakout. You can literally start doing this here tonight. Set up your trading account. Probably set up a demo account unless you already have a live account set up. That's your prerogative. Start practice trading today. Once this video is done, you download the charting, go start practicing trading, try out the software for 14 days, and you can attend your live trading session on Friday here. So we're giving you 14 days to actually try out our proprietary charting software. We've spent millions of dollars developing this charting software. Normally you would have to be a student. In fact, actually, yeah, Joey just asked, we don't have to be a student. Yeah, you don't have to be a student. I'm actually, as part of Investor Inspiration here today, giving you access to that charting platform and that little bit of those training videos here. It's only going to cost you $1 here. So the neat thing about this is that you can take this for a test drive for 14 days. Go through those training lessons. Go through all this. At the end of 14 days, make that decision. Do you want to continue? Do you like the charting software? If not, you've risked $1. It's cost you $1 to get access to all this here, to take it for a test drive, to go through those training videos just like that here. And to cancel this here, it's very simple here. All you have to simply do is you can either give us a phone call. In fact, this 800 number, you might want to write this down. At any point while you're taking this for a trial, give us a phone call. If you have any questions, we have customer service available. They'll help answer questions you might have, or simply send us an email at cs@markettraders.com. So we're not simply just going to put this in your hands and just let you take it for a test drive. Give us a phone call if you have any questions. We'll have that live webinar on Friday. We'll help you try to make this so that we'll help you become successful doing this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, a couple of you just asked. Yeah, David just asked me to send out that link one more time. Click on the link. And if anybody, I'm only on here for about 1 more minute. If anybody's having trouble clicking on that link, if for any reason, in fact, I'm going to walk you through that process. In fact, let me walk you through the process right now. Let me pull that back up here. When you click on the link, it's going to take you to this page. Activate your 14-day trial. In fact, everything I'm showing you here is in much greater detail. All this is written out right here. We have our disclaimers, risk disclaimers, cancellation. If you have any additional questions, all of it is right here on this page. But all you have to do is simply here is click on your 14-day trial, enter your information, your billing information, activate your trial. It's only going to cost you $1 for 14 days. It's going to automatically renew at $59 per month. It's on a month-to-month basis. However, if this is not for you during those 14 days, just focus on the first 14 days. You can cancel at any time. It costs you $1 to take it for a test drive. If you like the charting, if you like doing this, you're locked in at $59 a month. You're not going to be paying the $249 that our students have to pay to get involved with this. So what's going to happen is you'll register for this. You'll click on that link, register for this trial. You'll then probably, like I said, you'll probably get 2 emails, one informing you that you are in fact registered for this trial. The other one, I believe, is going to give you your login information to get access to this back-end portal. So once you get access to the back-end portal, you'll start going through all these video lessons. You can register for, or you can watch the London Daybreak trading strategy. You'll get registered for your live class, reserve your spot. You'll be able to log in and register for that, and you'll be able to do all that here. So you'll get to view the training lessons once you get the login information for that. You'll also, like I said, if you want to set up a trading account, free demo trading account, Forex, FXCM, Forex, OANDA, just do a simple Google search. You'll be able to pull that up, and you can find some other brokers that do that. And a lot of them they'll do for free. If they're charging you for that, try one of these free ones here. It's not going to cost you anything to set that up. So you can then, at that point, start practicing trading. You start going through the motions of what a Forex trader does. If you're trading a demo account, play around with it. It's not going to cost you anything to do this. It's only going to cost you $1 to take this for a test drive with our charting software here. So try it out for 14 days. If this is for you, great. It's great. You're getting in with the Investor Inspiration Special. If not, you've risked $1 to take it for a test drive. And once again, this is knowledge. It's information. We can't take that back. So if it's only going to cost you $1, as long as you cancel within those 14 days, it's all that's going to cost you. And like I said, on Friday, you'll get into that live session here. So I'm out of my time, my friends. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and send out that link one more time. Okay, yeah, William says he's got it. Jay said he was able to register. Yeah, if you're registering, I'll stick around here for about 1 more minute after I end the webinar here. I'm sending that link out one more time. If for any reason you can't access that link, if you're having trouble with it, go ahead, type it into the chat box here, and we'll see what we can do as far as helping you get that for hear you. So yeah, Pearson just asked a good question. Pearson's asking, is everything part of this? Yeah, you're going to get that charting platform. You'll get to take that charting platform for the 14-day trial. The charting software is part of it. Those video lessons, those free templates, you're going to get those as well. You're going to get locked in for the Investor Inspiration Special. So on that note, my friends, I have to wrap this up. I've gone over my time. I'll stick around here for about 1 more minute. If anybody has any other questions, those of you that, okay, yeah, so Kelly says just register for hers. David says he's able to register. Ross. Yeah, so it looks like if you have any questions or anything, I'll stick around for 1 more minute on that note. I want to thank Investor Inspiration for allowing us to come do this here. And yeah, you're welcome for that, Peyton. Yeah, Cameron, yeah, you're welcome as well. Yeah, this is obviously a really good special here. If you've been looking at our education, maybe you haven't been able to make that commitment for the full education, take the charting for a software. It's going to cost you $1 here. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and pass this back. So I want to thank everybody for being a part of this, allowing us to be part of presenting this for you here today, and I wish you the best in your new Forex trading career.